Now, I kept going back to the Prisoner's Dilemma, the most famous example of game theory, and one that is very applicable to oligopolies. Just to be clear, though, it's not the only way that oligopoly competition can be modeled. Here's just another example out there so you can see that there are other possibilities. Let's say your firm and a rival firm are both making widgets. Again, like I said earlier, you could have done this to 3+ firms with 3+ strategies, but we'll just keep things simple for now. And let's say widgets can be one of two types. You can make X-type widgets and you can make Y-type widgets. Now, if you both make the same type of widget, that's going to reduce profits because now you're probably going to get a price war. If you're making the same thing, they can only compete upon price, and that's going to drive prices down and drive profits down. But if you guys make different widgets, like if you make X widgets and they make Y widgets, or vice versa, that can lead to higher profits. That's because if you're making different products, there's more differentiation, and now competition is not going to be quite so intense anymore. So customers might prefer the more expensive widget if that widget is better for their particular needs. As a result, you can get away with higher prices than you could have if you made the same widget. So the game theory model as follows. So here are the payouts for you and the rival firm, depending upon what kind of widgets you're making. So same problem as before, look for dominant strategies and look for Nash equilibria. So go ahead and stop the video here and think about that. All right, I assume you have worked through the problem by now, so let's go over the answer. So let's look at things from your point of view first. So what if you think they're going to play X? They're going to make X widgets instead of Y widgets. So if you also play X, then your profits are here in red. They're going to be 1. If instead you make Y widgets while they're making X's, your profits are going to be 4. You'd rather have bigger profits, so if you think they're going to play X, you're going to play Y. Now, what if you think they're going to play Y? In that case, you can get a profit of 3 by playing X. So they play Y, you play X, corresponds to this cell. If you both play Y, you're getting profits of 2. That's worse. So if they're going to play Y, you're going to want to play X. So you don't have a dominant strategy here. If they play X, you want to play Y. If they play Y, you want to play X. So what you're going to do depends upon what you think they're going to do. There's no best strategy here that's going to always be better no matter what. So you have no dominant strategy. Now analyze things from their perspective. This game, as you might have noted, is not symmetric, so you got to do the analysis separately. Suppose they think you're going to play X. When you play X, we're going to be in this row of the table. If they also play X, so XX is going to be this cell, their profits are shown here in blue. They get a profit of 2. Now, if you're playing X and they're playing Y, we're going to land over here. Their profits in blue are going to be 3 in that case. They want to have 3 instead of 2, so if they expect you to play X, they're going to play Y. Moving on, what if they think you're going to play Y? When you play Y, we're going to be down here. If they play X and you're playing Y, they play X, you play Y, we're over here. Their profits are going to be 3 in that case. But if they play Y, and you're also playing Y, we're over here, their profits go down to 1. That's not as good for them. They'd rather get the 3 by playing X. So we've established if they think you're playing X, they want to play Y. If they think you're playing Y, they're going to play X. Again, no dominant strategy. What they want to do depends upon what they think you're going to do. So the approach with dominant strategies did not work here. We got to look at Nash equilibria using the method we had earlier. So for each cell, look at, can either side improve its profits by changing strategies? Let's look at XX. That's over here. Well, if you changed from playing X to playing Y, while they're still playing X, that move you down to here. That boosts your profits to 4 from 1. So XX is not a Nash equilibrium. You have instead to deviate, and as a result, it's going to be unstable. So XX does not work. How about if you play X and if they play Y? So you play X, they play Y, that's going to be over here. You're both getting profits of 3. That is going to be a Nash equilibrium. So if you switch to start playing Y, and they're still playing Y, your profits are going to be just 2. Earlier, you're getting 3. So your profits go down if you change strategies, so you don't want to change your strategy. If we're in XY, then they also don't want to change their strategies. So if you keep playing X, but they start playing X instead of Y, their profits fall from 3 to 2. They don't want to do that, so they're going to want to keep playing Y. So if you play X and they play Y, neither side wants to deviate, so this is stable, this is a Nash equilibrium. Other possibilities, what if you both play Y? So if you play Y, they play Y, we're over here. Is that a Nash equilibrium? The answer is no. You could switch to playing X. So if they keep playing Y, but you start playing X instead, now we're up here, your profits are 3 instead of 2, that's an improvement. So you have instead of deviate, this is not stable. Similarly, they also have instead of deviate. So if we're at YY and they start playing X while you keep playing Y, their profits go up from 1 to 3. So they also have instead of deviate, this is unstable. So YY is also not a Nash equilibrium. Now if you play Y and they play X, that's the last possibility. So you play Y, they play X, we're over here. Your profits are 4, their profits are 3. Can anyone gain by deviating? The answer is no. That's because if they keep playing X and you switch to playing X, your profits fall from 4 to 1. That's no good. Don't do that. If you're playing Y and they switch from playing X to playing Y as well, we go from here to there, profits for them fall from 3, their profits are in blue, remember, to 1. So they don't want to change either because that would lower their profits. So if you're playing Y and they're playing X, then neither side can change their strategy and boost profits. So no incentive to deviate. This is stable. This is a Nash equilibrium. That wraps up our section on game theory. Come back and join us for our next episode, and we'll look at regulation and monopolies. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section below. I'll go back and look for them and try to resolve any uncertainty for you guys. Stay safe out there.